Welcome back to the channel. Before you spend another old penny, stop and watch this video. Today we're uncovering the truth behind the legendary 1944 Lincoln cent, the 1951 D Lincoln cent, and the 1957 D Lincoln cent, coins that are often claimed to be worth $12 million, $1 million, and even $12 million. Could one of these rare pennies be hiding in your pocket or coin jar? Stay with us until the end as we separate facts from myths and reveal what collectors really look for. If you love rare coins and hidden treasures, subscribe now and let's begin. Have you ever looked at an ordinary 1944 Lincoln wheat penny and wondered if it could secretly be worth millions of dollars? Imagine reaching into an old jar of coins, finding a dusty 1-cent piece, and discovering that collectors are willing to pay an incredible price for it. Stories like these have made the 1944 wheat penny one of the most talked-about coins in American history. But before you get too excited, it is important to understand that not every 1944 penny is valuable. Most were produced in huge numbers and are only worth a small premium today. However, a tiny number of unusual examples, especially those with rare minting mistakes or exceptional preservation, have become legendary among collectors. That mystery is exactly what keeps people searching through old coin collections every single day. The year 1944 was an important chapter in American coin history. During World War II, the United States Mint returned to making pennies from copper after producing steel cents in 1943 to conserve copper for the war effort. Because of this change, billions of 1944 copper pennies entered circulation. Yet it is believed that a very small number of leftover steel blanks from 1943 were accidentally struck with the 1944 date. These rare 1944 steel pennies became some of the most famous mint errors ever created. Their accidental existence transformed them from simple 1-cent coins into treasures that collectors dream of finding. A single mistake at the mint created a mystery that continues to fascinate the coin-collecting community decades later. Many videos and social media posts claim that every 1944 penny is worth $10 million or more, but the truth is far more interesting. The vast majority of 1944 wheat pennies are common coins. Their value depends on their condition, mint mark, color, and whether they have a genuine mint error. A circulated 1944 penny may only be worth a small amount above face value, while an uncirculated example with beautiful original color can be worth significantly more to collectors. The truly extraordinary prices are reserved for coins with authentic, extremely rare characteristics that have been professionally examined and verified. Knowing the difference between a common coin and a genuine rarity is what separates experienced collectors from people who simply believe internet rumors. If you think you have an unusual 1944 penny, the first thing to examine is the date, the mint mark, and the metal. A normal 1944 penny should be made primarily of copper and should not stick to a magnet. If your 1944 penny is attracted to a magnet, that could indicate it is made of steel, making it worthy of further professional inspection. You should also look for the mint marks beneath the date. A coin with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. A D represents Denver, and an S stands for San Francisco. While mint marks alone do not make a coin worth millions, they help identify its origin and can play an important role in determining collector demand and rarity. Condition is another factor that dramatically affects value. Two coins from the same year can have completely different prices simply because one has been heavily worn while the other remains nearly flawless. Collectors appreciate sharp details, original mint luster, and surfaces free from heavy scratches or damage. Even a common 1944 wheat penny can become desirable if it has survived in exceptional condition for more than 80 years. This is why experienced collectors recommend never cleaning old coins. Cleaning may seem like a good idea, but it often removes the natural surface and can reduce the coin's value instead of increasing it. The excitement surrounding the 1944 wheat penny is not just about money, it is about the thrill of discovery. Every collector dreams of finding a coin that everyone else overlooked. Families sometimes pass old jars of pennies from one generation to another without realizing that a rare variety could be hiding among thousands of ordinary coins. Searching through pocket change, estate collections, and inherited coin albums has become an adventure because history has shown that remarkable discoveries can happen when people pay attention to small details. That possibility is what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby for beginners and experts alike. As collectors continue searching, the legend of the 1944 wheat penny grows stronger. Whether your coin turns out to be a common example or an extraordinary rarity, every old penny tells a story about America's past. It represents a time when the nation was recovering from wartime shortages and millions of people handled these coins during everyday life. For many collectors, owning a 1944 wheat penny is not only about its price, but also about preserving a piece of history. The most valuable coins combine rarity, outstanding condition, and a fascinating story, creating lasting demand in the numismatic world. Before you spend any old penny, take a closer look. The next coin you find may not make you an instant millionaire, but learning how to identify genuine rarities is the first step toward becoming a smarter collector. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny remains one of the most famous 1-cent coins because of its history, its rare mint-era varieties, and the excitement it brings to collectors around the world. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, keep searching, keep learning, and always verify extraordinary claims before believing them. And if you love rare American coins and want to explore more fascinating stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your own coin discoveries in the comments below. Imagine reaching into an old jar of pennies and pulling out what appears to be an ordinary 1951 Lincoln wheat cent. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but collectors know that every old coin deserves a closer look. Welcome back to Front Side Pod, where we separate real numismatic facts from internet myths and help you understand what truly makes a coin valuable. Today we're exploring the fascinating story of the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny, a classic American coin that has captured the attention of collectors for decades. While dramatic claims of ordinary examples being worth $1 million circulate online, the truth is even more interesting because the real value depends on rarity, condition, and minting quality rather than the date alone. The 1951 penny was struck at the Denver Mint during a period when the United States was producing huge numbers of Lincoln wheat cents for everyday commerce. Because millions were minted, most surviving examples remain common and are usually worth only a modest premium over face value. However, collecting is not simply about how many coins were made. It is about how many survive in exceptional condition. A coin that escaped circulation with its original mint luster, sharp details, and beautiful calque can become highly desirable among collectors who compete for the finest known examples. One of the biggest reasons a 1951 Lincoln wheat penny can attract attention is its condition. Collectors carefully examine every detail, including Abraham Lincoln's portrait, the wheat ears on the reverse, the original red copper calque, and the amount of wear. A coin that has never entered circulation often looks dramatically different from one that has spent years passing from hand to hand. Bright surfaces, strong mint shine, and crisp design elements can increase collector demand significantly, especially when the coin receives a high professional grade. Another feature that creates excitement is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, small mistakes occasionally occurred, producing coins with doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other unusual characteristics. These genuine mint errors are far scarcer than ordinary coins and often attract specialists who enjoy building collections of unusual varieties. Not every unusual-looking coin is an error, though. Damage caused after the coin leaves the mint is generally not considered collectible in the same way, so careful examination is always important before assuming a coin is rare. Many videos on the internet suggest that every old penny could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Those headlines certainly grab attention, but collectors understand that extraordinary prices are usually reserved for exceptionally rare coins, famous mint errors, or unique specimens with remarkable histories. An ordinary 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny found in average circulated condition is not expected to reach anywhere near $1 million. However, an unusually preserved example or a genuinely rare era variety could still command impressive interest from serious collectors, making it worthwhile to inspect every old coin carefully before spending it. If you discover a 1951 D wheat penny, take a few moments to examine it under good lighting. Look for the small D mint mark below the date, check whether the coin still has bright original copper calca, and inspect the lettering and design for anything unusual. Avoid cleaning the coin because even gentle polishing can reduce its collector value. Experienced collectors prefer natural surfaces, and a cleaned coin often becomes less desirable than one that has been left untouched for decades. Coin collecting is exciting because every coin tells a story about American history. The 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny represents an era when millions of Americans relied on small change every day, and each surviving coin has traveled through countless hands over the years. Although most examples are common, the thrill comes from the possibility of discovering an outstanding specimen hiding among ordinary pocket change, family collections, or forgotten coin jars. That sense of discovery is one of the reasons the hobby continues to grow around the world. Before you spend any old Lincoln wheat penny, especially one from the 1950s, take the time to inspect it carefully. While most 1951 D pennies are not million-dollar treasures, some high-grade pieces and genuine mint-era examples can still be valuable to collectors. The key is learning what makes a coin special instead of believing every sensational headline. If you enjoy uncovering the stories behind America's most fascinating coins, subscribe to Front Side Pod, leave a comment telling us the oldest penny in your collection, and join us as we continue exploring the hidden treasures that may still be waiting in everyday pocket change. Today we're taking a closer look at the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat cent, a coin that often appears in videos and social media posts claiming it's worth an unbelievable $20 million. Before you rush to search through your coin jar, here's the truth every collector should know. The vast majority of 1957 D pennies are common coins that were struck in Denver and produced in enormous numbers. However, that doesn't mean every example is ordinary. A tiny percentage of these coins have special qualities that collectors actively search for, including exceptional condition, striking mistakes made during production, and unusual minting errors. These rare characteristics, not simply the date, are what can transform an ordinary 1-cent coin into something that attracts serious collector interest. Knowing the difference between a common coin and a truly collectible example is the key to understanding its real value. The story of the 1957 D wheat cent begins during a period when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth. Millions of pennies were needed for daily commerce, and the Denver Mint worked around the clock to produce them. Because such a large number of coins were struck, most survivors today are worth only a small premium over face value if they show circulation. Yet collectors are fascinated by this issue because every now and then an unusual coin appears with a striking error or an exceptionally sharp strike. Coins that escape the mint in nearly perfect condition are much scarcer than worn examples because most entered circulation immediately. Decades later, finding one with bright original color and almost no wear has become increasingly difficult, making high-grade pieces especially attractive to collectors. One of the biggest reasons collectors inspect 1957 D cents so carefully is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, machinery occasionally produced off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, clipped planchets, or coins struck through grease or debris. While many of these errors are minor, dramatic examples are much more desirable. Every error tells the story of a brief moment when the minting equipment didn't perform exactly as intended. These production mistakes create coins that are unique compared with the millions of normal pieces, and uniqueness is one of the qualities that drives collector demand. Even so, an error alone does not guarantee an extraordinary price. Rarity, eye appeal, and authentication all play important roles. Another factor that greatly influences value is a coin's condition. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification and assign grades based on the amount of wear, surface preservation, luster, and overall appearance. A heavily circulated 1957 D cent may have little collector value beyond being a vintage wheat cent, while an uncirculated coin with blazing red original color can be significantly more desirable. Collectors often describe these coins as brown, red-brown, or red, with fully red examples generally bringing stronger prices when they are also well preserved. A combination of outstanding preservation and strong eye appeal is much harder to find than many people realize, especially after nearly 70 years. You've probably seen eye-catching thumbnails claiming that a 1957 D penny sold for $20 million or could make someone instantly rich. Those headlines are designed to attract attention, but there is no widely recognized public auction record confirming a normal 1957 D Lincoln wheat cent selling for anything close to that amount. Truly valuable coins earn their prices because of documented rarity, exceptional quality, famous provenance, or extraordinary minting errors, not because of viral internet claims. The exciting part of coin collecting isn't believing every headline. It's learning how to identify the small details that separate an ordinary coin from a remarkable discovery. If you happen to own a 1957 D wheat cent, don't clean it or polish it. Cleaning removes the original surface that collectors value and can significantly reduce its desirability. Instead, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for the D mint mark beneath the date, inspect both sides for unusual features, and compare the lettering, rim, and design with known normal examples. If you believe your coin has an unusual error or appears to be in exceptional condition, storing it safely in a protective holder is a much better choice than attempting to improve its appearance. Patience and careful examination are often rewarded in the hobby of coin collecting. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series remains one of the most popular coin series in American numismatics because it combines history, affordability, and the excitement of discovering something unusual. Every old penny carries a story from the era in which it circulated, passing through countless hands before ending up in collections, jars, drawers, and family keepsakes. While most 1957 D cents are not life-changing treasures, the search itself keeps collectors motivated. Every roll of old pennies has the potential to reveal a scarce variety, an impressive mint error, or a beautifully preserved coin that has survived untouched for decades. As always, the smartest collector relies on knowledge rather than sensational headlines. Learn the characteristics of genuine mint errors, understand how grading affects value, and remember that documented rarity matters far more than internet rumors. The next time you come across a handful of old wheat cents, take a closer look before spending them. You may not discover a $20 million coin, but you could uncover a fascinating piece of American history or a collectible that deserves a place in your collection. And that's the real thrill of coin collecting. Every coin has a story, and every search offers the possibility of an exciting discovery.